Check. Check 1, 2. Check.
Good evening, basketball fans.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Crawfordsville High School for Sugar Creek Classic Basketball. Joined here by Coach Mike Schubert. Mr. Schubert, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm ready for this.
Ready for some Sugar Creek Classic basketball.
Always excited for the Classic.
I walked in towards the tail end of that first game between Western Boone and North Montgomery, and I heard the crowd screaming. It was because Western Boone had scored the go-ahead basket to win the game there. So
you just missed it. Right before that, North got an and one to go ahead by one, and then they brought it down and scored the winning basket with 1.2 seconds.
Wow. As we're getting the starting lineups here for Southmont, Crawfordsville, and of course the host site here is Crawfordsville. I think they've already announced it a couple of seasons ago that Crawfordsville will now be the official host site for Sugar Creek Classic basketball. It's a good environment. Yeah. A lot of local fans, and of course Crawfordsville, North Montgomery, Southmont, and Western Boone coming over from Boone County, which is about a 15-minute drive. So definitely always been a competitive tournament. We know that. We know that it's been back and forth between. I've seen it when I was in high school here. We won the Sugar Creek Classic, and then we won it down at Southmont my senior year. So it's definitely been an interesting tournament as we see.
Very much so, yeah.
As we get the starting lineups for Crawfordsville, Ian Hensley will be starting. Number 14, Jesse Johnson Hall. Number 44, Makai Wallace. Number 12 at guard will be Zaire Morgan. And at another guard will be number 11, Carlston Williamson. As we get started here with Sugar Creek Classic basketball. Now Crawfordsville, the last game was against Park Heritage, if I remember.
Yes, it was.
Park Heritage, and they defeated Park Heritage.
Yeah, I think we won by about 12.
Park Heritage now emerged. A couple years ago, they were Rockville and Turkey Run. They consolidated to make one school. Crawfordsville was able to defeat Park Heritage. As we get ready for the tip-off, Jesse Johnson Hall for Crawfordsville will be number 11. Carson Chad for Southmont with the tip-off. And here we go, fans, here at Crawfordsville High School. And it's number 11, Chad. And it's 14.
Right to the hoop.
Made by 14, Austin Bowman. And Zaire Morgan takes it to the hoop and falls short. It's Ian Hensley with the putback. Ian Hensley, a sophomore.
We're starting three sophomores.
Starting three sophomores for Crawfordsville. And an early foul against the Athenians. Fouls on number 44, Makai Wallace. And inbound pass here from Chad to Glancy. Crawfordsville's coming out with a press and another foul. This foul's going to be on 33, Hensley, and we just talked about Hensley and how he scored the opening basket for Crawfordsville. So it'll be Chad taking it out from out of bounds. Inbounds pass to Glancy, guarded by Morgan. Glancy looking for options, passes over to Chad, back to Glancy. Glancy takes a three, and his three-point basket in and out of the rim. There's Jesse Johnson Hall with the push. Johnson Hall with the three-point attempt, and it's off the side of the iron. There's Chad. And that's a three-point attempt there from number 14, Bowman. And it's off the left side of the rim, and it's turned over and picked off. Here's Ian Hensley. He goes up for a layup, and Ian Hensley, the second basket of the night. Crawfordsville leads 4-2. Good job of Crawfordsville staying hot on defense, and they're able to, get a turnover to, get a quick basket. It's Bowman. Goes inside, misses the basket. Good defense there by Zaire Morgan. Here's Ian Hensley. Back to Zaire Morgan. Takes a three. Three-point basket is short, out of bounds. It's going to be Southmont basketball. So, Coach Schubert, we talked about how Crawfordsville, and for them to win a ball game here, they have to play all 4 quarters.
Exactly.
And there's, we've seen it all throughout the season. There's times that we've seen them fall short.
Right.
But of course, we know in this matchup, it's not going to be easy against Southmont.
No, it won't. And they're both pushing the ball up as much as they can right now.
Yep,
So
good ball movement, and the Athenians are playing really good on defense. Here's Bowman. Correction. That's Connor McVeigh with the Mountie baskets. Tied here at 14. Jesse Johnson Hall for 3. Johnson Hall sauced him up on the play with the trifecta. Good move there by Jesse Johnson Hall and a good basket.
Oh.
Jesse Johnson Hall getting called for the foul. That was it. I don't know what else you could say about that one. I mean, I'm stuttering because I can't figure out the terminology for that.
Yeah.
What just happened there?
Yeah, that was something.
Here's Chad, inbound pass to Glancy. Glancy guarded by Zaire Morgan. Glancy loses the ball.
Gets it back.
And it's picked up by Zaire Morgan.
And he's going to lose it.
And he's going to lose the ball, Drew Glancy. Here's
14
Bowman.
down the lane.
Bowman tried to do a shake and bake move, and it's Chad going up in the end one. So
Foul on Cole Watt, who came in the game briefly.
Foul on Cole Watt, senior guard. Chad up line shooting the end one. And one is good. Southmont ties the game at 7. Zaire Morgan. Over to Cole Watt. Cole Watt. Down low over to Johnson Hall. Johnson takes a fake and nails the trifecta. Jesse Johnson Hall with his second three-pointer of the game. The Athenians with a 10-7 lead. Now Jesse Johnson, he's not afraid to shoot those threes.
No.
He will throw them up, and here's number 32. Grabbing his own rebound.
Good hustle by Cole Watt.
Picked up by Williamson. Here's Cole Watt going inside, and foul. Got a Southmont Mountie foul.
22?
Fouls on number 22. Logan Oppie,
yeah.
And number 5, Reese Long checks into the game for the Mounties. Reese Long, a senior, 6'2 senior. Williamson with inbound pass to Johnson Hall. Johnson Hall dribbling out from the backcourt. Johnson Hall goes inside and out of bounds. Athenians maintain possession. Williamson inbound pass to Hensley, over to Watt, over to Zaire Morgan. Zaire looks, fakes, passes it to Williamson.
Looked it inside. They shouldn't.
As Zaire Morgan's getting the call from Coach David Pierce. And inside pass to Cole Watt, and it's out of bounds. Dribbled off his foot, couldn't control it. Southmont Mountie basketball. And you can't cause turnovers early if you're the Athenians. You got to be able to try to score in every possession, which is vital, very vital for the Athenians if they want to win a ball game here and advance to the championship game tomorrow night. And it's going to be a turnover, out of bounds, right off the hands of Karsten Williamson.
He about had a steal.
It looks like we got a substitution for Crawfordsville. Number 44, Makai Wallace, checking back into the game for Watt.
And we have 34, Luke Craig. entering the game for South.
Luke Gregg checking in the game for the Southmont Mounties. Luke Gregg, a junior, 6'4" junior. And here's Chad, guarded by Johnson Hall. Chad passes it to McVeigh. Inside to Bowman. Bowman takes a hop step, and here's a basket.
32.
Basket by number 32. That's going to be Avery Saunders. And this basket here, here's Avery Saunders, guarded by Zaire Morgan, and we have a timeout by Southmont. This will be a 30-second timeout from Southmont. So we've seen early turnovers from both sides, and of course, you know, as a coach, you want to talk to your guys right now. Hey, let's calm down. Let's figure out our game plan. Let's figure out how we can turn those turnovers into scored baskets, and that's probably the talk that both Coach Jake Turner and Coach Pierce are having with their starting five and the rest of their team. So.
Yeah, it's a quick pace, so you're going to have those. Yeah. That's what you just got to, they like the pace to do that, but you just got to cut them down just a little.
Yeah. So Crawfordsville has Schrader, Wallace, Williamson, Morgan, and Johnson Hall out on the court. And it's Avery Saunders with the ball guarded by Wallace. Dishes it to Bowman. Bowman goes inside. And jump ball, possession arrow favors Crawfordsville. Jesse Johnson Hall taken out from inbounds. And Zaire Morgan with the basketball. He's dribbling up court. Passes it to Williamson. Williamson over to Johnson Hall. Johnson Hall makes a move. Down low to Schrader. Back out to Johnson Hall. Johnson Hall makes a move. Johnson Hall with the jumper. The jumper off the mark. Picked up by number 34. Luke Gregg. It's number 11, Chad. Chad goes inside.
He's going the hole.
Basket is off the back iron. It's picked up by Nate Schrader. Here's Zaire Morgan. Zaire Morgan goes inside.
Oh,
and he's going to make a layup. Great basket there from Zaire Morgan, able to open up the Red Sea to get a basket. There's Chad. Avery Saunders thought about it, and it's going to be a foul. Reese Long is going to be fouled on the play.
1 and 4. That's Jesse.
Jesse Johnson Hall with the foul. It's his second foul, so he's in early foul trouble. Drew Glanty checks back in for Southmont, and it's number 3, Ty Linus. Ty Linus checking in for Crawfordsville, getting his first minutes of the night.
Yeah, Jesse's going to have to sit down for a little while.
Sit him down, just, hey, give him a break. This is a 3-point shot off the mark by number 22. That's going to be Logan Opie. And here's Ty Linus, and his basket's off the left side, picked up by Nate Schrader. Nate Schrader with the putback. And Crawfordsville with a 14-9 lead with just under 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Drew Glancy over to Chad. Chad makes a hop step, and basket is off the side of the iron. It's picked up by Ty Linus. Ty Linus over to Williamson and gets deflected by Drew Glancy. Passes it to Chad. Chad goes up for a basket. Chad's basket's good. 14-11 with 90 seconds left here in the first quarter. And it's Karsten Williamson, guarded by Chad. Karsten Williamson goes inside, passes out to Linus, and Linus fumbles the ball, picks it up. Linus for 3. And off the mark there from Ty Linus. Here's Opie. Opie goes inside, and this basket is good. Southmont cuts it within 1 with just under a minute left in the first quarter. Here is Karsten Williamson. Over to Schrader. passes it to Ty Linus. Ty Linus looking for options as the Athenians try to get their offense going. Pass over to Wallace. Over to Morgan, over to Linus. Back to Morgan. Good ball movement by the Athenians. 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Passes it to Williamson. Williamson goes inside, and basket is good by Carson Williamson. Less than 15 seconds left here. Drew Glancy passes it to Chad. Chad goes inside, makes a move. Basket's no good. Off the back iron. It's picked up by Avery Saunders. And it's picked up by Ty Linus. He goes inside, and he's fouled. The and one. Fouls on number 22, Logan Oppie. That's his second foul, team second. And it's going to be Ty Linus at the line, shooting the and one, converting the three-point play. And that was a good take and a good turn by the Athenians, getting the ball back with 4/10 of a second left on the clock and getting an easy basket.
We're caught up now.
Linus connects with a three-point play. And Chad, his basket's up, and it's off the backboard. So, at the end of the first quarter, your score, Crawfordsville 19, Southmont 13, and a 6-point game here at Crawfordsville High School.
Very fast-paced quarter.
Very fast-paced first quarter, and I will say this is my first time watching the Athenians play all season long. And of course, you know it's different when you're being a public address announcer, and now you're now you're doing the behind-the-scenes stuff. So, you know, you said the Athenians have 3 starters or they're sophomores,
right?
And it's kind of interesting that Coach Pierce goes with a really young lineup, and we've seen it in the past. I mean, you got to go back, and you know, Coach Pierce always had a young lineup, and he's trusted a young lineup.
Oh yeah.
And you know, he's not afraid to put. No. He's not afraid to start. He won't be afraid to start freshman. He won't be afraid to start sophomore. So that's the good coaching strategy you want to have. You got to be able to trust your starting 5. And whatever personnel you have. So
they have been very successful for their young careers. I tell you, they were very good in the middle school, and they were on a team last year, the JV. You remember, only lost 1 game all year long.
Yes, so. And that was a phenomenal season. We get started with the second quarter here, and it's passed in bounds to Glancy. Glancy being double teamed, loses the ball, picks it back up, and is getting double team passes to number 13. Cale Hess looking for options, passes it to Glancy. Glancy goes inside for a layup, and basket is good by Drew Glancy. 19-15 ball game. Crawfordsville leads, and it's Karsten Williamson. Passes it to Cole Watt. Watt looking for options. Watt takes it inside, and too much power on the layup, and it's missed off the other side of the iron. And then here's a miscommunication.
That'll be a turnover.
Turnover by Southmont.
Chad will come back in for South. Hensley will come back in. And Morgan will come back in for Crawfordsville.
Crawfordsville has a few substitutions, given some of their starters some rest. Schrader inbound pass to Morgan. Over to Hensley. Hensley's being guarded closely by Bowman. Hensley takes it inside. Basket's good by Ian Hensley. And he made that shot falling down.
Yes, he did.
That's not an easy shot.
No, it is not.
Here's Glancy over to the corner, and that's going to be Hess. Hess over to Bowman. Bowman goes inside, And Bowen's basket's off the back iron. Rebounded by Nate Schrader over to Zaire Morgan. Over to Hensley, back to Morgan. And here's Ty Linus. Connects with Ty Linus.
These guys aren't afraid to shoot.
Not afraid to shoot threes, and of course Ty Linus.
Got to break this.
Turnover there out of bounds, and Avery Saunders, 32, checking back in for Southmont. And Ty Linus, I've watched him, coming up in JV. He's a really good three-point shooter.
Yes.
Like phenomenal. And he's shown a lot of confidence when he takes a shot. So I mean, he's not afraid to take those deep threes when he needs to. Like
Let's
that
take
right
another
there.
one.
See, I mean, it was a good look.
Yeah.
We'll take a good look, but it's just not enough to follow through for that shot. Here's Zaire Morgan. Passes it to Schrader. Schrader takes a jumper, and it's off the front iron. It's picked up, and we have a foul.
Carson Chad looks a little upset, and maybe on him. I couldn't tell. There was 3-4 people around there.
And that foul's going to be...
Nope.
It's a Southmont foul.
Foul number 32,
So fouls on number 32.
team's third.
Avery Saunders.
Avery Saunders, that's his first, team's third. And it's Karsten Williamson inbound. Inbound pass to Hensley over to Linus. Linus over to Williamson, down low to Schrader, down low to Hensley, and it gets picked off. Here's Cale Hess. And Ian Hensley with the turnover. Ty Linus for three. Nails the three-point basket. And Southmont with a timeout. Crawfordsville with a 27-15 lead with 5 minutes left here in the first half. And, like we said, they're not afraid to take these three-point shots. I mean, they have a lot of confidence in the shot. Even if they miss it, they know it's a good look.
Right.
For Southmont, and Coach Turns probably talked to him about how they need to limit those deep threes that Crawfordsville was able to get on the offensive side. So
yeah, we've hit 4 threes already tonight. Jesse Hall has 2, and now Ty has 2. And I believe, if I read right, I was seeing some stats the other day. I think Jesse and Ty, are right at the top of the scoring for the Athenians
for the season. It's a good stat.
Ty was starting early. It's a luxury to have a guy like Tyler coming off the bench.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I think that's when they went with the bigger lineup and had Mackay Wallace when he entered.
You gotta go off. We have to go off the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going off the air. We will take a short break. We will be right back.